Welcome back to another episode of Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Daily Walk Edition. This is episode number 26. I'm back at Red Morton Park, and it is overcast. You can see it is overcast. It's a little chilly here. Maybe not as chilly as it is for some of you that live back east. I think it's around 50 degrees here right now, which to some of you folks back east that have 30, 20, and 10-degree weather or even sub-zero weather. And I'm speaking in Fahrenheit here, not Celsius like you folks out there in Canada deal with. So to you, Charles F. Gray out there, when you say it's negative, something degrees in Celsius, that's still positive in Fahrenheit. So, but I know it gets pretty cold where you live out there in Alberta, Canada. But anyway, I'm back for another episode here today, and this is going to be a good one. This is going to be a real good one here because today I'm going to be calling out men. I'm going to be calling out men in ways unlike ever before. And I've called out men before in the past, but I'm going to do it at a greater level today because I am just fed up with the behavior of many men nowadays. They're just not acting like men anymore, and it's no wonder why women react the way they react. Granted, women are more empowered in today's modern world of feminism and women being liberated. But if you guys out there just stayed the strong, men that we've always been, it wouldn't really be a problem or as much of a problem. We'd be able to tackle feminism a lot better and deal with it better. Some of you just don't have a fucking clue. So I'm going to call you guys out today because we got to get somewhere here. And for you ladies out there, this video is going to be primarily focused to men, but you ladies may get a gem or two out of this one because you're going to better understand why men are behaving in these ways and what's really going on. So stick around. It's going to be very interesting. Before I get to that, another update on my website. I finally was able to put out my interview with Charles F. Gray on my website. And later on today, if I have the energy later tonight or by tomorrow, I'm hoping to redo my intro video and another video that I want to redo that's going to give you folks instructions on how to submit your stories to my video relationship sanctuary, where I may just choose your story to respond to it in a future video for free. Now, on my website, I have the Relationship Sanctuary blog. So basically, all my videos are a part of my Video Relationship Sanctuary series. And Navigating the Modern World is a part of that. But I also have my email response series, my fundamental series, and I also have my business series, which I will be getting to eventually. But for right now, these topics in regards to, feminism and, how to navigate this modern world between, men and women is the hottest topic. That's like the biggest thing. So I'm really focused on that. But if you want me to tackle a business subject, I am an entrepreneur. I have over 10 years of experience in being a successful entrepreneur. I've also worked in the corporate world for over 16 years, almost 17 years. So I understand how to help people get jobs, how to start their own business and be successful. So don't be afraid to submit those questions to me. You can go to my website, coacheli.com, and click on the, I believe it's the About section, or the contact section, and you'll be able to send me an email with your story or your questions at sanctuary@coacheli.com. That's the email to send it to. So just go to my website and then you'll learn more there. By the way, AT&T has been hosting my website for a while, and for the most part, it runs pretty fast, but sometimes it runs pretty slow. It takes about 7 seconds for the pages to load. And I think that's because they have high server traffic at times. So if the site is running slow, be patient. It will load up. I may consider switching web hosting providers that run fast all the time. I'm going to look into that because I need my site to run fast. I don't want you folks to have to, you know, go there and wait and then get irritated and not come back. I want it to be a smooth, uh, you know, um, I want it to be smooth for you folks, which is what I'm trying to say. So anyway, let's just get to the topic here today because, yeah, I'm kind of annoyed by this. And I'm not here to kick anybody down. I'm going to try to not mention any names. I'm not trying to poke any bears out there. I'm not trying to go back to the way things were with my old coaching practice and my old YouTube channel. But some things have transpired lately that you know I just want to talk about because I want to use these situations as examples of what not to be and not how and how to not behave, which is what I'm trying to say. If you're a man in this modern world, if you want to have the best shot of having a successful personal and business life. Okay, so let's get to the topic here today. The topic of the day is Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, Daily Walk Edition, episode number 26, is Grow Up Men. Okay, grow up men. Okay, men need to stop behaving like women and big babies in today's modern world. One more time, grow up men. Men need to stop behaving like women and big babies in today's modern world. Oh, and by the way, my shades are off today, obviously. Um, it is overcast. There's no need for sun protection. Just felt like mentioning that so you get to see my eyes and get to see my full expression here today. You know, when you wear sunglasses, it's kind of like those guys that play poker. They wear sunglasses because, you know, they don't want you to read what's called their tell on what they have. So today, because I don't have my shades on, you're going to be able to really see how I feel about this shit. And that's really important. And that's why a lot of people out there have mentioned they don't follow some people on YouTube that don't show their face because they can't see their expression. And it's just a person hiding behind the wall. There are a lot of men out there, especially the MGTOW men going their own way community, that don't show their face or don't use their real name because they're afraid of the backlash and the scrutiny they're going to get. You know, I personally have difficulty following anyone that I can't see, anyone that I don't know is real and has a real name. Okay? So that's my thought about it. Um, but anyway, let's just move forward here because I want to share with you folks what really inspired me to do this topic today. And again, I'm not trying to poke the bear here. There are some guys on YouTube that used to be, I guess, trolls of mine. Some of them use their real name and show their face. Others use a fake name and don't show their face. It's about 4 or 5 guys that, you know, really scrutinized my former YouTube channel, my former coaching practices, and I guess they still kind of do the same thing. But because I've backed off and, you know, I shut down my original channel, and now I'm no longer participating on YouTube live streams or, you know, getting involved with them in any way, shape, or form. It's kind of like tapered off. But the interesting thing, before I get to what I really want to share here, is that what ended up happening when I came back and I started doing videos about a month ago on Facebook, and now I've got a new YouTube channel back, like I've mentioned, which is just historic videos. I'm not going to do any live streams, and I'm not allowing any comments. A lot of these guys, you know, started following my work again. I guess apparently they're very interested in what I have to say, or they're just curious about me, whether they love me or hate me. And a lot of them, I guess, have what's called a love-hate relationship with me. And I'll be honest, I've got nothing to hide at this point. Again, I'm a single man. I don't have a woman to report to. Okay. Um, I don't have anyone to worry about at this point but myself. So I'm just going to be me and share what I want to share. But a lot of these guys, when I came back on the scene, especially after I did my interview with Charles F. Gray, which, like I said earlier, is now available on my website as well as my YouTube channel and on Facebook. So check it out if you haven't seen it. If you go to my YouTube channel, it is the highlighted video at the top of the page. I have that. I will keep that up there um, until I get my intro video set over the next couple of days. But after I did that post, YouTube interview with Charles F. Gray, there were some response videos out there that were made. I'm not going to mention the names of the people. You folks know who you are. I watched them. And, I really haven't been, um, overly focused on what you guys are doing out there. Um, but, every now and then I'll just kind of check in, out of curiosity and see what you guys are saying. And the real reason why I'm doing that is because I'm looking to see if your behavior has changed at all since I left YouTube initially and shut down my coaching business initially, and now I'm back and doing it differently. The interesting thing is I have not seen their behaviors change one bit, and it saddens me. It really, really freaking saddens me. Now, I got a Hangouts private message from, and I'm just going to mention, and you guys will figure it out, but I'm not going to mention his name, from a Greek guy that I connected with on YouTube, I'd say about maybe 8 months ago or so. He's a really good guy that used to come on my streams, and we would shoot the shit, and he has his opinions on modern day feminism and male and female relationship dynamics. And him and I were totally cool until I forgot what happened. We had a falling out, and then he started going against me along with these other guys I was just talking about a second ago that were against me and attacking me. Okay. But interestingly enough, I got a message from him yesterday on Hangouts, and he was very cordial with me. He said, I know, we may not be on the best of terms. I'm just kind of improvising what he said. We may not be on the best of terms, but I just want you to know I now understand what you went through and what these guys put you through back in the days when you were running your YouTube channel, because now they're attacking me. This Greek buddy of mine ended up starting his own YouTube channel. Now, he's one of those guys that doesn't show his face, or I believe doesn't use his real name either. But he started voicing his opinion, which he's entitled to voice his opinion. And because he did that, and also due to the fact that, I'm not out there on YouTube, feeding the drama pool amongst these guys, and you guys know who you are. I don't have to mention you guys. They now go and attack him. They now go and scrutinize him and talk shit about him. So what did it make me do? It made me go see what was really going on and what this, Greek buddy of mine that I met online was talking about. And you know who you are. I'm not going to mention your name, Greek buddy. Look, we can definitely talk. I have not responded to your message yet. I'll probably respond to you later tonight and make you aware of this video so you can see that I'm talking about the situation you mentioned. And maybe we can reconnect. Maybe we can even do an interview at some point on my new business. I'd love to reconnect with you. I really appreciate your, very mature approach to me. I'm always willing to give anyone a second chance, you know, if they approach me maturely, as long as they stay mature. Hello. All right. Got some people walking by here. So what did I do? I went to, these channels to see if they did any types of videos in regards to this gentleman. And they did. There was one gentleman out there, you know who you are, I'm not going to mention your name, that did a full-blown response video to my Greek buddy from his car. Excuse me. And I'm not going to go too far into what my thoughts were about what, was said in the response video, but it was just totally unnecessary in my opinion. Why can't you just let the man have his own opinion? Why do you have to scrutinize him? If you don't agree with what he says, so be it. Just move on with your days. Do what you got to do. I'm just really tired of men attacking men. It's just the most ridiculous thing on the planet. Just really tired of men attacking other men. It's the most ridiculous fucking thing I've ever seen. And that's what I saw a lot through this group of people. The level of maturity was just fucking ridiculous. And it still is to this day. Let me give you another example. While I was on this guy's channel, after I watched that video where, this guy was responding to my Greek buddy and pretty much attacking his video that he put out there on his channel, the former video, which was done about a week ago, was a video where there were 3 guys that assembled to discuss the return of Coach Eli. And just so you guys know, I did listen to the whole show. None of you guys showed your face. You're just using your avatars. So from a production standpoint, couldn't see your facial expressions, which sucks. But, I wanted to hear what you guys had to say. I wanted to kind of see if you guys had grown up a little bit, or you're still the same, or you've gotten worse. And let me tell you what one of the guys mentioned on there, and you know who you are, okay? He mentioned that I can't stand Coach Eli. I hate Coach Eli's guts. I hope Coach Eli dies of AIDS, is what he said. He said it many times in the past. He said it again. I hope Coach Eli dies of AIDS. Let me ask you something. To all you men out there and women out there that have your head on straight, what kind of a man would ever wish upon any other man to die of AIDS or have any other harm come their way? What kind of a man would wish harm upon any other man or woman? Granted, you don't like me. Granted, you don't agree with what I say. I may not agree with what you say, okay? But it doesn't mean I'm going to wish harm upon you. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to wish you the best of luck outside of what I do. Maybe we weren't meant to be friends. Maybe we weren't meant to work together in some capacity. Maybe our message is totally different. But when you go as far and wish harm upon another man and say something like, I hope he dies of AIDS, that's the most ridiculous fucking thing I could ever hear come out of any man's mouth. Let me tell you something. You know who you are. I don't hate you. I don't hate any of you. I have a lot of love for all you guys. I do care about you guys. And I don't wish any harm upon you guys, unlike this guy who wishes harm upon me to die of AIDS. There's a reason why this guy is saying that. There's a reason why this guy has so much hatred towards me. There's a reason why he doesn't like me, and he projects the fact very clearly that he doesn't like me. It's because, in my opinion, There's something within himself that he doesn't like. I'm not trying to be disrespectful by saying this, but any normal, decent, down-to-earth man would never react and behave in that way if they were completely full and happy within themselves. Now, to give this guy the benefit of the doubt, okay, I've heard his story. I know he's been through a lot. And I understand what you've been through. I understand that there's probably a lot of emotional trauma that you've dealt with in your life. And I understand that you probably have a lot of unresolved issues that maybe stem back to your childhood, or maybe through your former marriage, or something else. But you got to find a way to get over that and move forward, man. Seriously. I'm saying this with a lot of love. I'm not trying to fucking kick you down or talk any shit about you. Maybe you need a therapist. Maybe you need some counseling or some help. Because, the way that you're behaving and reacting to this is just preposterous. It's not a masculine quality at all, in my opinion. A real man is not going to behave that way, and a real man is not going to wish harm upon any other man in any capacity, or any other woman in any capacity, in the ways that you wish harm upon me. Now, I can sit here and let it blow off. Not a big deal to me. Those are just words to me. But I'm just saying to the people out there, to the guys out there that are behaving in similar ways, such as this gentleman, and you're projecting your unhappiness and your insecurities amongst others, that's not going to help better your life or get you back on track. It's going to set you further back, and you just don't realize it. And let me tell you what's going to happen. This video here is probably going to trigger him and the other guys to reassemble again and talk more about this. You guys go right ahead and talk about whatever you want to talk about. It's a free country. It's a free world. Okay? But in all honesty, I'm not here to kick any of you down. I'm using you guys as examples. Because the way that you guys are behaving nowadays is a leading cause, is a leading cause into why women behave the way they behave. You guys are not helping the cause of modern day feminism by behaving the way you're behaving. You're not behaving like men. You're behaving like little girls, like little bitches. That's how you're behaving. Seriously. Grow the fuck up. I'm not going to feed in you guys shit. Do what you want to do with your response videos or whatever. I'm not feeding into it. I'm using you guys as example purposes because I know there are plenty of men out there that behave just like you guys. And then they wonder why their life sucks. They wonder why they keep getting divorced or dumped or taken advantage of. Just think about it. And the question I have to ask you guys, do you love yourself? Because the way that you behave, in all honesty, makes me feel like you don't love yourself. And you're not happy within yourself. And if you're not happy within yourself and who you are, then how in the world can you make other people around you happy? A real strong, secure, confident man, emotionally stable and emotionally strong and secure man, is not going to say the things that some of these guys say out there. Especially, I wish Coach Eli would die of AIDS. I wish harm upon him. I don't wish harm upon you, brother. I still consider you a brother from another mother. And you want to know something? Despite what you've said about me, I still have love for you in some ways. I don't appreciate what you're saying and doing, but I don't wish harm upon you. I wish the best for you. But I'm strong enough to come out here and say that I'm a strong man. I've been through a lot of shit myself lately, and I've picked up the fucking pieces and I've come back. And maybe that's what's bugging you and these other guys, is the fact that I keep coming back. I get knocked down off that fucking horse and I keep coming back. Is that what's really bothering you guys? Is that what's really bothering you guys? Seriously. I'm going to cross the street here because there's somebody coming over here. I do not want to interrupt them. So you guys, I'm not trying to criticize you guys. I've said this before. But look at your behavior. You're acting like little girls, like little bitches. And there's nothing attractive about that to women, and there's nothing attractive about that to any man that would want to be just a platonic friend. I don't want to be friends with people like that. I don't want to be friends with masculine men that behave like bitches. Masculine men that behave like bitches. And you wonder why we have a problem with fucking feminism. You guys aren't helping the fucking cause. You guys are making the cause worse. You know, us guys need to stick together and support each other, just like women support each other. The reason why women are so strong is they all support each other. They all fucking support each other with this feminist shit. That's why it works. But instead of men taking a page out of the woman's book of sticking together and making something work, we attack each other. It's fucking bullshit. It's fucking ridiculous. And I want nothing to fucking do with it. I'm ashamed of the way many men behave in our society nowadays, including you guys out there. You know who you are. Again, I'm not mentioning your names. I'm ashamed in regarding this behavior. You know why I'm ashamed? Because when I go out there and I talk to women and get to know women, they're fucking jaded because of guys like you. I'm a good guy, and when I come around a good woman, she's guarded like hell because of guys like you that take advantage of women in the wrong ways, that behave in the ways that you guys behave. You ruin it for all other good men out there. And it's got to fucking stop. It has to fucking stop. Unfucking believable. I can't believe how many men out there act like big babies. And in addition to what I'm saying here, you know, men acting like women. Men are acting like big babies nowadays. Even good men, like good men that have a good heart and soul. Like I mentioned before out here, you know, in the San Francisco Bay Area where I live, this is the high-tech capital of the world. And there are a lot of wealthy men that work in the high-tech industry that make good money, make $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a year, $500,000 a year. They have a nice house. They have a couple of nice cars. Maybe one's a Tesla, maybe one's a sports car. They've got nice shit. They dress nice. They're good-looking guys. You know, and they're honest, sincere, and genuine gentlemen. But what's their problem? They act like big fucking pussies. They act like big babies around women because women are stronger nowadays and they don't know how to fucking handle it. It's a big fucking issue. Guys, you have to understand that we are a part of the problem based on how we're behaving and reacting to women nowadays and modern day feminism. We've all lost our shit. Now, have I lost my shit a time or two? Yes, I did when I was running my former YouTube channel. That's why I shut it down and I revamped myself. And yes, I was broken up with over this. But you know what? I did some soul searching and I found myself and I came back and I became emotionally stronger and I'm in a much better place now. And that's where I was kind of hoping that many of you guys were going to be when I came back. But you haven't changed one bit. You're still the fucking same. You're still the same, yet you're expecting a different result. You're expecting shit to change. You're still talking about the issues with women, but what are you doing to contribute to the solution? What the fuck are you doing to contribute to the solution? Not one fucking thing. You're making the matters worse. Why not focus on contributing more to the solution than creating more problems? Why are you wasting your time attacking other men's opinions when these men are pretty much on the same page with you regarding feminism? Why not collaborate together like women did, and let's start making a fucking difference? You know why women are going to destroy us eventually? You know why feminism is going to just destroy men eventually? It's because of men like you guys. It's because of men like you guys that act like big fucking babies and attack each other. You waste all your fucking time attacking each other's views rather than getting together and figuring out shit that's going to work to solve this fucking issue of feminism that we have. And when I say feminism to you ladies out there, look, I love women. I respect women. I respect the fact that women have equal rights and civil rights. Women should have always had those equal rights, but there are women that play the system. There are women out there that seek and are getting special privileges, and the government and the mainstream media supports women. You know why? Like I mentioned before, because women have 85% of the buying power nowadays. So if you keep women happy, by doing whatever it takes to keep them happy at the expense of all men, the money's still going to roll into the government, corporations, mainstream media, etc. Right? That's where my problem is with feminism. As far as women having equal rights, I am glad that women have equal rights. Let me be very clear to all you ladies out there. I am happy to the good women out there, I'm happy for the good women out there that now have equal rights. You can work and get paid the same as a man for, being qualified in the same ways. You can vote. You can bear arms. You can do anything a man. You can do anything that was only known that a man would once do. I'm very happy for that. What I'm not happy about are the special privileges that women are getting. And that goes as far as the divorce laws, as far as child custody and child support. I'm not happy about that shit. It favors the woman. It's not fair. Those are the things that us men need to collaborate together and work together and help make it a better system. And I think that once men can find a way to stop fighting amongst each other, and then we become one strong collective together, then we can reach out to women, and then maybe men and women can work together and come up with a compromise and a resolution that's going to work best for both men and women. But women are going to destroy us because we're destroying ourselves, men. We are destroying ourselves. Look at yourself in the fucking mirror and ask yourself, are you happy with yourself? Are you happy with your behavior? Are you a good, loving, caring, nurturing human being that wakes up every morning and anyone you encounter, you say, hey, how you doing today? Are you good to people in general? Or are you standoffish? Or are you selfish? Or are you inconsiderate? Because if you're selfish, inconsiderate, and don't give a shit about anything besides yourself, as a man, I have no respect for you. And just understand, if you are behaving in that way, okay, you're more so harming the progress men are trying to make than helping us. You're harming us from trying to get back to having an equal playing field with women. Women, I'm going to give it to you. You're destroying us nowadays. And I know you're not trying to intentionally destroy men. But look what you have to deal with. Look at how men behave nowadays. And I almost can't blame women for doing what they do because of the way that men behave. And let me tell you something. I got caught up in that shit when I used to run my YouTube channel. My former YouTube channel and my former coaching business. I got caught up in that shit. I got caught up in the drama. I got caught up in the drama because it was growing my fucking channel. And I started to make some money because of that. I got caught up in it, but it wasn't the right thing. I was growing in false ways. It was never going to get me and my message where it needed to be. So I've been guilty of this behavior as well. It was never my intention to behave that way. My intentions were never to behave that way, but I got caught up in it. And I know how easy it is to get caught up in it. Because you know what? Sometimes people will do whatever it takes to make $1. And, you know, when I was running my YouTube channel, my intentions were to always make that $1 in the most honest and ethical ways. But when it became difficult to do it on YouTube, and then I got caught up with this wrong group of people, I ended up sticking around far too long because my numbers started to artificially grow. Artificial fucking growth. Artificial growth. I was blindsided because I thought it was real growth. But looking back at it now with a clear head, after processing everything that has happened to me since I shut down that YouTube channel, I know for a fact it was artificial growth. These guys out there that were scrutinizing me and are still kind of sort of doing it because now I'm back. Okay. They don't really care. They have their own lives outside of YouTube, outside of whatever they do, outside of being a content creator. To them, it's more like a hobby than a business. So they don't take it seriously. So they'll go out there and talk all the shit they want and stir the pot up with anyone they want, and it doesn't affect them in any way, shape, or form. Okay? That's why they do it. And it entertains them. It makes them feel better about themselves because they're sulking in their miserable lives. And granted, some of you guys may have girlfriends. Some of you guys may go and pump and dump. Some of you guys, you know, may have, the traditional wife. You know who I'm talking about. But ask yourself, are you really happy? Let's see how many videos I can trigger off of this one video here. Let's see how these guys respond and behave. I know these guys are going to create videos on this because they have nothing better to do. Because they're so miserable with their lives that they have to do this to occupy their time. I'm a busy guy. Let me tell you something. I've got a lot going on right now, which is why, on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I didn't do any videos where I was typically doing videos almost every day. My life is getting more and more busy. I put myself back out there. I started hanging out with more of my friends. I started meeting women on Match.com as activity partners, and who knows where that may lead to. But I'm happy with myself. I'm happy with my life. The reason why I do these videos is because I want to help people have a successful and happy life like myself. And I want to share with everybody the struggles I've been through to get there. Okay? I'm almost done 2 laps here. We're at, 39 minutes here? I'm going to start wrapping this up very soon. I'm just very disappointed. I'm just very, very disappointed at the behavior of not just these guys that I've been talking about. And even though I haven't mentioned your names, you guys know who you are. I'm just very disappointed at the behavior of men in general. Men are in a land of confusion. Okay? And you folks need someone like me that thoroughly understands what's going on to help you get back on track. That's why I want you folks to subscribe to my YouTube channel, connect with me on Facebook, register for free on my website, and let's go on this journey together. Let's work together. Let's become one big collective. and make a difference. And to you ladies out there, please do the same thing. Just because a lot of my topics out here are more so focused towards men, it doesn't mean that you ladies can't learn from them. You can watch these videos that are catered towards men and understand why men are behaving the way they're behaving. And you ladies can even learn, what to look for in a good man, because there are very few good men left out there nowadays, just as much as, there are very few women, or there are very few good men left out there in the same ways that there are very few good women left out there. We need to change that and get every single man and woman back on an equal playing field and make every single man and woman a good person. Right now, everyone's running all over the fucking place, trying to figure shit out. Why can't we all just work the fuck together? Why can we not just work the fuck together? Okay? Let's stop fighting each other. Let's create peace and unity, kindness and happiness. To you guys out there, you guys that I've been talking about within this video primarily, and I know you guys are going to respond to this because I know this is going to trigger you guys, and I could care the fuck less what you do. Okay, to you guys out there, again, I have a lot of love for you guys. I care about your well-being. Despite what you've put me through or put others through, you're human beings. I don't wish any harm upon you. I don't wish any harm upon you. But by doing this, I hope that maybe one day you can look back at this video and reflect when you change and become a better person and get out of the rut that you're stuck in right now. Because I know there's a lot of good within all of you. It's just tucked away deep within. You've been hurt. You have insecurities. Okay? You've got some traumatic shit you've been dealing with that may, like I said earlier, may stem back to your childhood or through a divorce or some other incident happened that has traumatized you. And I don't blame you for that. But you got to find a way to work through that. Because until you find a way to work through that, it's going to affect you for the rest of your life. And it's not only going to affect you, it's going to affect a lot of other people around you that you associate with. It's going to bring them down rather than pep them up. And when you're in a community of men, like you guys are, that are trying to solve a major issue of problems that men are having with women, and then you make the problems, within. They used to have this thing in the MGTOW men going their own way community called infighting. MGTOW infighting, meaning inside the community, fighting amongst men. Men fighting each other over their views about modern day feminism. Why are we fighting other men regarding this? Why don't we fight women on this? And I'm not talking about fist fight. I'm talking about debate. I'm talking about get together and argue the issues in a professional environment. Because I'll tell you right now, if we took the men of our society nowadays and took the women of our society nowadays and had a debate in front of Congress regarding all this shit, right? And tried to settle this shit, I guarantee you that women would come off way more professional and way more emotionally stronger regarding this than men. Where in essence, men are supposed to be stronger than women emotionally. But when it comes to this feminist shit, men lose their shit. Just like you guys, you lose your shit. Oh, hey, angry Eli's back. Angry Eli, he's mad. No, I'm not angry. I'm passionate. I'm feeling this shit. Come on, guys. Don't wish harm upon, you know, our own kind. What kind of a man are you to wish harm upon another man for any reason? There's no reason why you should wish harm upon any other man. Any man out there that wishes harm upon any other man or woman or any other person, human being in general, in my opinion, is a big fucking pussy. You heard me say it, is a big fucking pussy. And if that triggers you to make your response videos, go right ahead. Because if you do make these response videos, then you're giving me exactly what I want. And then I'm getting to you. It's not that I'm trying to get to you. I'm trying to get through to you and say, you know what? You are much better than that. You are much better than that. The only way I can get through to these guys, or many men out there that are behaving the same way. It's not just these guys. There are many men out there all over the world that are behaving the same way and have the same attitude. The only way I can get through to you guys is by calling you out and pissing you off because you don't want to hear the truth. You don't want to hear the fucking truth because the truth hurts. And you've been hurt enough in your life that you can't stand any more pain. Well, I'm right there with you. I've been hurt a lot myself many times. And I don't want any more pain in my life. So I am doing whatever I can to help change things for the better. So none of us men have to suffer anymore. But when we have big fucking pussies out there that wish harm upon other men, just because they don't like their message, and we focus more energy on fighting other men than working together to create better good for men, then I don't know what to fucking tell you. And with that being said, I'm going to leave it right there. So my Greek buddy out there, let me know what you think. I know this video here is probably going to stir up the pot. I really don't care. I'm here to help people. I love everybody. I stand on my own, okay? Granted, do I love being around people? Do I love women? Do I respect women? Yeah, the ones that do deserve respect, I do. Do I hope to ever have a good woman in my life again? Absolutely. I'm open to all that. Yeah, you know what, in the past I said, yeah, if my ex leaves me, I'm going MGTOW. Well, I changed my fucking mind. Get over it. Get over it. Maybe I was joking. Maybe I changed my mind. Women change their mind all the fucking time. Okay? Some of you guys change your mind all the fucking time. Why can't I change my mind? A lot of you guys out there take everything verbatim. Everyone can change. And everyone can change for the better. Okay? Sometimes you go through some things where you're frustrated, and that's what you think you want at that moment. But then, you know what? You go through a breakup like I did, and then you find clarity and you realize that, you know what? I'm not giving up on what I want just because of what happened to me in my last relationship. I'm not going to give up me wanting to be a coach or me wanting to find true love with someone else. I'm not going to give up any of that just because of what happened to me in the past. You guys got to get over your past and put it behind you and move forward. Stop letting it affect you and the way you treat other people, especially for you guys in the ways you treat other men. Grow the fuck up. That's how I'm going to end this video. Okay? So if you would like to, submit your questions, comments, or concerns, that I may answer in a future video, go right ahead and comment wherever you see this video. With the exception of YouTube, you cannot comment there. You can go to my Facebook page, or you can go to my website at coacheli.com, create a quick, simple, and free account. You can comment there, or just email me at sanctuary, sanctuary, at coacheli.com. If you have any other inquiries of wanting to do an interview with me, or wanting me to interview you, or work together in some way, shape, or form, then send me an email at Coach Eli at coacheli.com. You can find those emails easily. Until I get the graphics back up on the screen, I have to work on that. It's just a lot of time. It takes a lot of time. Just go to my website, coacheli.com. You see that below in the lower third here, and then just click on the contact tab, and you'll find that information there. You can click on it, and it'll automatically open it up in your email program. Okay, with that being said, have a great one, everyone. I will see you all soon. Bye-bye now.